Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Bench, a world of career opportunities outside the lab. I'm Sofia Fajardo, and I will be moderating today's session. We are thrilled to have you join us as we explore exciting paths for scientists' traditional researcher roles. Our goal today is to inspire you, broaden your perspectives on career opportunities, and connect you with people who have taken exciting paths beyond the lab. By the end, we hope you will have new ideas, resources, and maybe even role models to help shape your own journey. Today's session is organized within the framework of UNIgreen, the European University Alliance dedicated to green innovation. UNIgreen brings together universities committed to sustainability and innovation, working to foster the opportunities for students, early researchers, and alumni. So, in order for you to understand better what is UNIgreen, I will provide you a video for you to follow to see what is it.
As the clock ticks on our planet's environmental issues, one question looms large. How do we prepare the future generation of agents for the transition towards a more sustainable world? Dive into the answer with UNIgreen, the Green European University. UNIgreen represents the combined strength of 8 higher education institutions across Europe which cooperate on education, research, and innovation, with an aim to be the leading European university in the field of sustainable agriculture, green biotechnology, and environmental and life sciences. In November 2017, the Commission proposed the European Universities Initiative for the creation of European Education Area by 2025. So, to what extent is UNIgreen's mission unique? First, we provide an updated scientific and technological framework to scale and empower professionals and experts to master the green transition. We attract students, staff, researchers, and stakeholders from around the world to be at the center stage of innovation. We bring education, research, innovation, and service society into alignment through collaborative global partnerships. We offer an inclusive blended education environment based on the principles of equality and diversity. With each tick of the clock, it's more important than ever to understand what's truly at stake for our mission. More than an alliance, it's a common vision. UNIgreen, for a naturally committed future. Join us.
So, from this video, you were able to realize that the Alliance unites institutions from across Europe with one shared mission: to educate, innovate, and collaborate for a sustainable future. Together, opportunities are created that go far beyond national borders, as you can observe. At UNIgreen, it is believed that green innovation is not only a responsibility, but also an incredible source of career opportunities. Through training programs, mobility exchange, and innovation networks, it helps students and researchers expand their skills and career horizons. Whether you are a student, an early-stage researcher, or alumnum, there are opportunities for you. From internships, exchange to workshops and mentoring, UNIgreen is here to help you to take your next step. With this context, let's dive into our main focus, discovering the many career paths beyond the lab. We will hear from inspired professionals who have built careers in science communication, policy consulting, and other exciting fields. So, moving on, we know that now that we have set stage, let's frame today's thematic. That is, live beyond or life beyond the bench. Often, when we talk about scientific careers, the focus is staying within academia. But the reality is not becoming a researcher is not a failure. It's simply one of many possible directions that we can take. Leaving the traditional academic track doesn't mean that the end of your scientific journey. The skills that you develop as a scientist, like analytical thinking, problem solving, communication, project management, are highly valuable in many sectors. And statistics, as you can see here, show that the majority of the PhD holders, around 70 to 80%, depending on the country and the field, of course, eventually work outside of academia. The scarcity of tenure track or permanent positions in academia means that many PhD must look elsewhere, even if they wanted to stay in research. This is not an exception, but actually at the moment it's the normality. And employers in policy, industry, consulting, and communication are actively seeking science-trained professionals. The career landscape is diverse. Scientists contribute as consultants, entrepreneurs, policy advisors, educators, and much more. The world needs people who can bridge scientific knowledge with real-world challenges. To bring these pathways to life, we are joined by an amazing panel of speakers. Each of them started in scientific, I will say, academic scientific field, but look a different professional direction. They will provide their own path, and we will now learn a little bit about them. So, our speakers are Weronika and Mattia. I will not pronounce their last name because I don't want to commit or to say it wrongly. Let's start probably by Weronika. She is a graduate of Warsaw University of Life Sciences, where she completed her master's degree in biotechnology in animal production and protection. Currently, she is continuing her academic journey by pursuing a master's in management at WSB Merito, aiming to combine scientific innovation with strategic thinking. Her academic background lies at the intersection of microbiology, animal genetics, and biotechnology applications, with interest in how these fields can be translated in real-world solutions and sustainable business models. She is involved in 2 scientific associations at Warsaw University of Life Science and conducts cancer cell research at Medical University of Warsaw. Starting soon, her new adventure with toxicology, biochemistry, and environmental protection. So, Weronika, I will open the floor for you to share with us what, in fact, you are really doing at the moment.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I would love to share the ecran with you, of course. Hello, everyone. Like it was mentioned earlier, my name is Weronika Jabłońska, and currently I'm an intern collaborating with a UNIgreen in a laboratory of Biotech in France. So I also have a master's degree in biotechnology, just coming from Poland, and master's degree from management. Recently, I've just completed my studies, so I'm young and I know how stressful that moment can feel. So you may seem that the time is running for you and you have to decide everything right away. But to be honest, in reality, there is plenty of opportunities waiting for you, all of you, and there's still time to explore different directions. I'm here today to show you my studies. What have I done during that? And after your graduation, there is no need to panic. So I would also like to sincerely thank you, UNIgreen, for sure, to supporting this webinar, for Biotech, for welcoming me into their community, and for sure collaborating with you is a pleasure and honor, and I would like to keep that partnership further. So I have moved to Warsaw for studies at the Warsaw University of Life Sciences. After graduating, I'm coming back actually to Katowice at the south of the Poland. Soon I will begin my new adventure at the doctoral school at University of Silesia. And right now, as you can see, I'm in Paris, completing my international internship at Biotech. Here I'm here to gaining new contacts, breeding my horizons, and of course learning how the international community actually works. And as you can see, the things are happening so fast that within just a few weeks, I'm here for you, spitting in front of you because of these collaborations. So my journey actually begins with a simple interest of just animal science, I started my academic journey as an animal bioengineer. So that gave me a solid foundation for life sciences. So I started in 2020. Then in 2024-5, I have pursued my master degree in biotechnology and, of course, management. And that helps me to connect the scientists of the scientific path and business perspective together. Right now, I'm preparing for my PhD in biological sciences. And so I'm just starting my career, that to be honest, but that makes me maybe a unique contrast between those who are undergraduating, who are just about to graduate, me at the very beginning of my professional path, and of course the others that are already on an established career path. So getting along, here you can see that to be honest, I didn't stick to a single topic in one branch of biotechnology. That is something that I want to recommend for you also, that instead of sitting in the same path, I've explored many different scientific topic and even non-scientific topic also to discover where and under, of course, what conditions I work best and where I thrive less. So that's the best way to learn about yourself. And I think that is studies what are about. So the evidence of this exploration for you can see at this slide. At the topics of my bachelor study, master, my, of course, PhD, and now at SubBiotech in a project that I'm also collaborating with. I believe that this is also the key of the success, to truly making the use of scientific knowledge and being interdisciplinary in that fields. So that's why this PhD project and also project that are combining in SubBiotech are mostly the real-world applications project, rather than staying purely in an academic way. So my goal, for sure, is to go beyond the university. Setting and open multiple career paths in the future by connecting this scientific research with, of course, practical impact. And I think that is the topic for today that we want to share with you, how to pursue that topic. Also, I had the chance to explore very different projects due to my experience in working. Thanks to that, I broadened my experience. So I also work at Medical University of Warsaw with actually human cells. So that was a completely new experience for me compared to my previous project based on animal tissues, for example. I joined a new team. I've conducted all of the research totally in English, so it was also something new for me. And then I discovered which work styles suit me best and which didn't. For example, at Smart Agro Solution that I have worked also for more time. I experienced there like an entire product journey. For example, I was studying the effectiveness of solutions, but I also was conducted in a research and in activations from production of this project to even packaging it. So that was how science is applied in way that most people actually didn't see and didn't notice. I also contribute totally outside of the lab, and this is the thing that I want to share with you also and to recommend it for you. For example, I was a student working as an expert at the Polish accreditation committee in Poland. Thanks to that, I was evaluating program and participating in most available decision makings processes that can directly influence the education quality in your country. So this experience, of course, taught me like technical precision, responsibility, teamwork, and how to apply this knowledge in expected ways. So I've also was involved in a different students' organizations, scientific associations. For example, I was in charge of Scientific Association of Experimental and Laboratory Animals, but also a trainee in a department of animal breeding. I also took a part in student government. I was helping to organize events, conferences, and student trips. And beyond that, I engaged volunteering and other activities, which gave me the confidence, the motivation for further actions in my career. One was the most formative experience was actually this part of Scientific Association of Experimental and Laboratory Animals, because that shaped me. I was also taking part in huge projects and help with writing publications. So taking the opportunity here, what the studies and with other parts that can go beyond the lab is really important for you. So take that opportunity at least to what they can offer you, or try to reach out for the other opportunities and try as much as you can, so you can develop this interdisciplinary knowledge and interdisciplinary skills in the future. Also taking initiative and pushing down your own boundaries can teach you a lot, and it builds the character. So I have published also multiple work in journals, like for example Molecules. This experience, of course, taught me resilience and critical thinking. That is really important for your career path in different fields, like it was mentioned earlier by Moderator. For example, the importance of rigorous scientific evaluations are the skills that are essential for all of the researchers in these days. For example, when you are seeing your work that is recognized in international journal, you are feeling that is a personal milestone, and this is the proof that also just the students can contribute meaningfully to a higher level science. So also through my work that I was saying before, with a Polish accreditation committee, for example, I had a chance to travel all over Poland. I was visiting and auditing university all over the cities in Poland. And that gave me also, these studies gave me the opportunity to go abroad. So I've been to Netherlands, to Sweden, to go for a conference. That is the thing that you can easily apply it into and see the world actually how it works, and even like organizing trips. For example, our association organized a trip to Germany, to Munich, to Stuttgart, for visiting university in veterinary sciences, for example, and of course Erasmus parts is a great idea to develop yourself, and thanks to that I've been to Spain, and now I'm also completing the internship in France. So to be honest, the world is right now standing open to you, but you just have to take initiative, and you have to willing the exploration for that. So these are some photos from my Erasmus this year and last year. To be honest, I really ashamed to admit that, but I didn't take this initiative in Erasmus area. I was too scared, maybe a bit, to go abroad. But thanks to that, now I know that it was value lessons, that now I'm completing this internship at Biotech in France. So I'm here working on cutting edge project in biotechnology. So this allows me to apply the knowledge I gained during my studies to real world challenges. So collaborating with international team and develop practical skills that can go beyond the lab bench, actually. My internship focused on evaluating the impacts of pesticides on soil microbiomes, and the main goal of it is to understand how different chemicals, pesticides can reshape, actually, and they are reshaping the soil microbial communities, both at molecular, taxonomic, functional levels, and also biochemical ones. So the main thing is that the work beyond the bench involves both, of course, laboratory experiments, but the field-related tasks. So this is like a balancing lab work with real-world applications. So you are switching environments, you are managing multiple tasks simultaneously, and you are adapting constantly. So translating this lab research can be, of course, the biggest challenges for scientists, but this is the thing that can work most exciting for you. So my advice also is to embrace both aspects. Being methodological at the bench is important as much as critical and organized at the desk. So I still struggle with it, to combine these two environments together and work on the desk efficiently, but soon I know that this skill will be performed better and can, of course, make you a stronger and better researcher, not exactly scientist. So, for example, here I'm heading to some advices. For example, like I said before, you can communicate your science. You can write popular science articles at first. You can present yourself at the conference, so you can build your network. You can build your motivation. You can build your independence also for work. You can also get engaged in workshop for young people, for children, even though if there is any opportunity. And you can, of course, focus on engaging your audience, so your work will be remembered. And this is the milestone for a future. If your work is remembered, if you have that confidence for yourself, you will go abroad. You will go to a different paths, and you will discover that maybe some paths works better for you and some don't. So you can also get involved in, for example, education and governance. For example, the biotech students are actually very maintaining in the students' councils and didactic committee all over Europe. As you can see, the ESU organization also works in Europe, and that's the biotechnology students are there really necessary. That can influence, of course, quality and learn how this system works. So that's the reason that biotechnology is not only on a lab. Of course, science is not about the experiments. You can explore these shapes around you and discover yourself by this. And of course, building the networks and mentorships. These side activities can expand your perspective and provide new contacts and give you the sense of agency. So, for example, here like some perspective of business models that are combining right now in our nowadays. So as you can see, the biotech startups are increasing from years to years. So there's plenty of places to be employed, so you don't have to be worried about not finding your perfect job. You can try as much as you can, and this biological knowledge also needs to go hand in hand with skills like, of course, pitching ideas, building a business model, and understanding, of course, the market that is usually forgotten when just studying biotechnology. So I want you to also get interested in management, maybe. Thanks to that, you can bring real solutions and you can make yourself just better than others, of course, and just with this critical thinking. Just remember that there's like new positions available in life sciences right now. By global market size, you can see that the top startups industries are evolving, and life sciences is here at one of the best positions. So that's the best idea for you to maybe be motivating with that. And also just remember that 85% of jobs are now filled through networking, not just the job applications. As I mentioned earlier, the biotech sector is growing rapidly. There's still like a strong demand in health, agriculture, industrial biotech, diagnostic, and all of this research and development. As you can see in these slides, like there's also not only research and development, only services, commercial operation, and manufacturing, business development, and etc. So just try to reach out with a new perspective, right? Like that. So you can build a solid technical expertise for sure. You can gaining practical lab or industry experience and developing these interdisciplinary skills and networking strategically. Yeah, we can say that. For example, learning to work in teams, adapt to new environments, and solve problem creatively will give you most of the technical skills that are needed now in a work. And the rest of it you will learn in the future. Like when you will on this exact position, you will learn how to actually perform that work. So don't worry at the beginning. The beginnings are always the milestone. So it would be better if you will try. So finally, there's some advices for me that remember that, for example, this is my cue, the confidence matters more than perfection. So don't wait to know everything. Just take this initiative, step forward, make yourself visible, be recognized, be memorable, because this is how you present yourself. If you present yourself well, this is as important as your, of course, skills. So the confidence and visibility will get ahead, and you will soon develop more skills if you will be more confident. So stay focused on your goals, no matter also what others said, and the flexibility and changing the environments is the most important skill for me. So I would like to thank you very much. I hope that the time was well performed by me. I just want to tell you that feel free to reach out to me. There are some platforms that you can reach out to me, and I'm really happy to share my little experience, because that's just the beginning. I know that. But don't hesitate to get in touch. And also big thanks is going to the UNIgreen and of course Sub-Biotech and Warsaw University of Life Sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, Weronika, for your great presentation. It's really wonderful for us to see how we can go in different paths, even if we all start together as PhD students, and what we could do after it. It's great. I think you already replied so many questions that I have after the presentations, but let's keep the good work, and we will try also in the end of Mattia presentation all to get together all these conclusions. So Mattia, you will be the next speaker. I will do a brief presentation. Mattia has a major in physical chemistry at the University of Milan. Following his master thesis on computational studies of perovskite materials disorder, he pursued a PhD on lithium-ion batteries. His doctoral research, defended in March of this year, focused on understanding failure mechanisms in lithium-ion batteries for electrical vehicles applications, and was carried out through a joint project between the European Cyclotron Radiation Facility, Aalto University, and Umicore Battery Materials. He is currently on a research development scientist at Novac, where he works on the development of new materials to improve supercapacitors performance for automotive and aerospace applications. So, Mattia, the floor is yours, and we are very pleased to hear what is your path.
Okay, thanks, Anna, for the nice introduction. I hope you can hear me. I'll start by sharing a quick presentation that allows me to a bit keep the flow up. So, Anna, thanks for the introduction. I'm happy to be here in this webinar for UNIgreen. Today I'll be talking about my transition from the academia to industry. All right, I'll jump to the next slide. I usually like to use a disclaimer slide. Of course, this presentation gives you my personal point of view, and reality can be different, so I won't probably match statistics. So please try to look at statistics outside when you at the end of this presentation. Now, thanks to Anna, you got already what I've been doing, but I majored in physical chemistry at the University of Milan in Italy. I'm Italian. But my thesis was in computational chemistry. To give you a bit of context, what a computational chemist does is just I was simulating the interaction between molecules or crystals and look at stability of these systems. Now, the strongest skill that I've gotten out of this thesis was programming. I had to program in Python and C, which is nothing that you usually do as a chemist at all. Now, one of the issues that I had with this background and my thesis was that most of the times you use computational studies, you have to oversimplify your system, and this is not something that companies usually like to have. So if you go to a company, you're like, oh, this is your system you have, and we have to oversimplify in this way, and it's not something you can really sell that much. And so you either go for academia or you're going to be stuck there probably forever. So my question was to myself, how could I sell my skills on the market as a computational chemist? And I had to just do a step back. So I wanted to go back to practical skills, so abandon the computer and try to go in the labs again. And it was 2020, so full period, if you remember, COVID time. And so I decided to pursue a PhD. It was easier to join a PhD than go to a company. And I thought between myself, I will continue to study and at the same time I will get paid, which is something pretty nice as we have to pay rent. Every one of us has to. Now, in physical chemistry, one of the branches that you can go for, which has less computers but more practical skills, is the electrochemistry branch, which, let's say, covers different topics, usually energy storage conversion devices or corrosion or catalysis. These names you probably heard of them already. So what I've done was to join an European Marie Curie PhD in 2020. The PhD, I spent like 3 years at the particle accelerator in Grenoble, France. The name of the particle accelerator is ESRF. But ESRF was a research center, so they couldn't issue the PhD. So there was a backup university, Aalto, in Finland, is located in Helsinki area. And then it was one of those PhDs where you also have a company involved. And so Umicore, that works on materials for batteries as well, was one of the company involved in the project, and I also had the pleasure to spend 3 months with them. Now, my research moved from computational chemistry to lithium-ion batteries for EV applications for electric vehicles. But let's say that the strongest background that I could use at the particle accelerator was the material science knowledge from physical chemistry courses, and then programming for my thesis. Programming was essential to get my life out at the particle accelerator. At the Aalto University, instead, I had some few knowledge of electrochemistry, but I learned a lot there, much more than what I knew. And so my contribution was little. And then when I spent some time at the company, they were asking my expertise to understand better their tools and how to optimize their measurements with what I knew back there. Now, I think during the PhD, there are a few advantages because you may know if you've already done a PhD or you're in the middle of it, or you have to start it, you get a project and you're on your own. People sometimes won't help you that much. And they say, you have to figure it out. It's your project. You have to work on that. So I got in during this almost 4 years, strong managing skills and time managing skills, because if you do not manage your time, you're out. You get PhD is too long and you don't get funds anymore. So you have to be very smart on that. I had to deal with multiple supervisors. They had different backgrounds, so I had to like explain every time to different people what was my outcome, which was very hard to me. And then, of course, I spent time abroad, and which means that I learned English. It was mandatory, but in France specifically, I had to also learn French, especially if I wanted to buy a beer. That's and I think. So one of the other points was to handle tasks under pressure. I always had like experiments to be planned and experiments coming. So, and sometimes they were very close to each other, and then you had one opportunity, you have to like deal with that very quickly. And then I got strong communication skills. Imagine that I was presenting basically every week something to my supervisors or to scientific community, which I think these are fundamental skills in industry if you want to be understood and appreciated. Now, there is a turning point. I decided to switch from academia to industry when I went to the company of the PhD project. I had 3 months there, and I realized that also in a company you can do high-level research in an R&D department. You use that fancy tools. I didn't have a particle accelerator to look at my systems, but still the questions to be answered were spot on, let's say, scientifically. There's also something I don't like about academia, which is the logic publish or perish, which forces people to publish articles over, let's say, prioritizing quantity to quality, and this is something I never liked. And so in industry, this doesn't happen. You don't have to publish, you're not forced to do it. You can, but it's not mandatory. Also the company, but this depends on the group you join, was useful to someone. Every day I was collaborating with the R&D department. We were just having meetings, and they were fascinated by the things that we were doing together. So I felt like part of a gear. Now, my current role is R&D scientist at Novac. Novac is a company that produces energy storage devices. You can see like a cell, a supercapacitor on the right in the pouch format. We use these devices in the automotive industry and in aerospace for satellites to provide energy to them. But as an R&D scientist, my role is to coordinate projects, mainly, probably. But I mean, here people are just incredibly independent, so it's not much of a work. And I also work on innovative materials. So I try to develop new materials to improve the capacities of the capacity or the performance of these cells. So specifically, still research and development. One of the questions that I had was, does your background fit the role? And the short answer is yes. I constantly use my master degree, but it was weird because I spent 3 years using material science knowledge in a particle accelerator, but here I just use what I learned in 7 months of my path in electrochemistry at the university. So I could leverage more on 7 months of knowledge than compared to the 3 years that I spent in the particle accelerator. I want to give some advice for students. This might sound trivial for all of you. Do not underestimate your network, which means that go to fairs where, I don't know, there is the market for the product you like, and you go there, you meet the industry of your field. Most of the times we don't know. There are plenty of companies that work on what you like, and you have no idea that they exist. You can go to conferences, you find experts in the field, you add them on LinkedIn, and then these people also will share job positions, but also other people job positions, okay? And I think that the perfect bridge to industry is a trainship. So if you find a trainship to the company, in the company you like, it would be great to join. In France, this was like something for engineers amazing. All the engineers I met, they had this mandatory, and most of the times they ended up working in the company of the trainship. This is because I tell you this because most of the job offers that I got were from the people I knew before. Mainly they were in France and Finland, but I didn't want to stay there. Finland was like really far in Lapland, and I didn't like the place. I'm Italian, I like sun and the sea and pizza sometimes. So I went back to my country, and things were harder because I didn't have a network. So I was limited to myself, to a small region. I sent 30 applications. I got 3 calls, 0 jobs, fortunately. And so I panicked. I was like, what do? What do I do? And so what I've done was track down a company that I liked. There were no job available on the website, so I added the person that was like close to my background working at the company on LinkedIn. I contacted him and I explained who I was and what I wanted. I got an interview and then finally got the job. It worked out and the background fit the company requirements. So everyone's happy. It's a win-win situation, and that's basically my background and what I've been doing. I'm sorry for the stutterings and problems, and I thank you for your attention. If you have questions, we can discuss any point and details.
Thanks, Mattia, for your nice presentation and also show us the different paths that people can go leaving academia. And now we are the 3 of us here together, and I think it's a good way to share personally our experience and tell others what we can do, because I think we are formatted since the beginning that we can just follow one path, and that is not true. We can do several things, and we realize that by both of your presentations. But even though I would like to ask you some questions in order for us to discuss here a little bit more. What was the most valuable skill that you think that you acquire when you were doing or when you were in a lab bench? What was the most valuable skill that you acquired that you think that you are now using at your currently work? Probably Weronika, do you want to start?
Okay, so for me, it's like the precision, I think. The most valuable one is the precision and not to be distracted by the things that you don't want to be distracted about. And also the ability to, of course, work in a different conditions, I think, because the changing the environment, like I mentioned earlier, it's challenging for you, but it also it requires you to adapt to a new environment. So just be flexible and being aware that the machines can be different, the people can be different, the even architecture can be different, and everything can be aware from the other thing that you already know. You have to be open-minded for that. That's for sure.
Thank you. And Mattia, for you?
At the lab bench, the skill I used the most was also precision. This is what to have things reproducible to shorten times, and when you work on something, you might have you expect to get something, but in the end doesn't come out. And so you have to be as reproducible as possible, so precise and attentive, I would say, on what you're doing. And so this was, I think, the skill as well for me, as Weronika said, pretty well. So yeah.
No, thank you. It's encouraging to see how much people have learned as researchers, and those skills still remain across the careers. But let's go a little bit further. And what was the hardest part of the transition for both of you? Who would like to start? Weronika? Mattia?
Maybe I can, with the thing that nobody will tell you what is the next step. And like Mattia said before, you are on your own now. So the thing that you need to understand that you are actually on your own. You have to develop your skills, that you have to find out what's going on, what's new for this environment, what's new for this experiment. It's totally different that you've been before. So you need to be like, of course, competitive with your researchers and sure about what you're doing, but also like you need to have plan before and backup plan for sure. So having a backup plans, having the option 1, 2, 3, 4. If that doesn't work, it works every time for every I think place that you are in.
Great. Mattia, any input?
Yes. What scared me the most, of course, during my PhD, I enjoyed a lot the topic. It was great. The international environment was stimulating my mind every day. So the fear that I had the most was, is it going to be how it's going to be my next step? Is it going to be the same? But also, it's not only scientifically, something scientifically speaking, but also the family. Because when you join a PhD, you meet people just like you, right? And you just create a small family of friends that eventually you will see disappear because they will find other jobs, other positions, and everything is scattered around. So I think what scared me the most was of the transitioning. It was like, okay, I'm gonna do things that are equally stimulating, and also am I going to find people again to enjoy science together? And I would say both the answers are yes. Now I can say that is a huge yes. So yeah.
Well, those challenges are very real, and I think it helps us, the audience and all of us, to hear them spoken about them honestly, because all of us, I think we have those doubts, those fears, and what we will do next. And it's good that we know that more people are at the same boat, and we can share with all of us what can happen, but we also can surpass these challenges. I talk for me. I was, and I'm still a researcher, and I'm also an invited assistant, and I'm afraid I don't have a permanent job. So what I can do next? And for you guys showing all these possibilities, not only for me, but all of us, it's great to see different paths where we can go, not being or stopping being a researcher in the lab is, as we said in the beginning, it's not a failure. We really acquire several skills that we can apply to other stuff. For me, communication, it was an excellent way to communicate science in order to also help students in the class to learn what we are providing them, new information. So I think, yes, everything here, it's valid, and we need to learn. Before moving forward, I would like to say to the audience that we have a part here that is Q&A, and the interaction with the speakers will be through this chat of Q&A. And if you want to start writing us some questions for them, like for between 5 minutes from now, we will start responding to them. So please don't be shy and interact with us as well. So returning to our discussion, I think Mattia also talked about platforms that help to connect with other people. So I think it's good if we can remember about those platforms again, for people to know where they can go to build connections and to do some networks. Can you repeat them again, Mattia? And also Weronika, your input will be great.
Yeah, if you want, I can go first. So, for example, to find out about my PhD position, for example, that's a job. I use a platform which is called EU access. You have plenty of PhD, postdoc positions as well, but related to academia world. But let's say that I found that later because the first call was from my supervisors who has given me recommendations and some inputs. So also ask your supervisor. You're collaborating with people that have a larger network, so don't be shy and just ask them. Of course, there are other platforms. The one that I used the most was LinkedIn, specifically to find a job, but there are also a lot of ghost applications or ghost jobs in the sense that you apply and probably you'll never get a reply. And that's also time consuming. So there's no golden rule for this. So we have still to try, and it's a try and error thing. So this is what I feel to say.
Weronika?
So I think I do agree with Mattia for sure. For now, I can say that I'm also looking for a part-time job right now to combine it with my PhD, and I'm still struggling with LinkedIn. So they are not answering to me. But when you are reaching out with an email, with a call, you can get an answer immediately, actually. So you just have to go out from your phone, step out and try to do it on your own. Like, it doesn't matter if they didn't answer you or they would gaslight you or something. At least you tried. So my advice also is to use the conventional, I can say, ways to discuss with people. Like, don't just rely on internet and online paths. You just have to connect with the people, and also if you are connecting with them, like if they can see you how really you are, how you are speaking with them, they can really get to know you, and maybe they can hire you with that. And for sure, the network in inconvenient ways, like for example in a different kind of work, like for example when I worked in a Polish accreditation committee, I've met a lot of scientists people, and like they were giving me hints where to apply, where to go, or with who should I talk with, and etc. and going on. So you need to try to be nice to people and try to reach out to them, and maybe something will happen. Just the confident. So in summary, it's like conventional ways, I would say, are the most reliable right now.
Yes, and I think I can also add, like, go to the conference, workshops, webinars is also a way that we can start to connect to people and know more information in order to also to establish new partnerships. So those everything that you have said, there are a useful set of strategies, and I thank you for that. And looking back, what would you do differently if you were starting your transition today? Any step that would be different?
No, that's the no. This is weird. I wouldn't change a decision. I don't know. This sounds weird, maybe, but maybe I was lucky. Let's say that everything went smooth and I didn't have issues. But no, I wouldn't change. Let's say that the path that I chose was exactly what I wanted in the end. So I try to back up. Maybe sometimes I think of myself as a computational chemist still, right? And so simulations and not lithium-ion batteries. But I'm still happy of the options that I followed in the end.
Great. Weronika?
Yeah, thank you. So maybe I'm not a good example because I'm still like in the beginning of my path. So I don't think that relying on me is the best way, but still I would like to say that during my studies, I would like to share with you that it would be better if I tried most of the time for example, summer or something, to try to go into industry actually, and not staying in my comfort zone. for example. So, for example, it's like going abroad more time for traineeship or traineeship in industry, even like a part-time or like reaching out to them. And not being so rigorous on yourself with having a perfect curriculum vitae line, like don't having a lot of pressure over yourself and still thinking that it can work out if you will do it differently. So just less pressure, I would say, and you will figure it out later, but try to get involved in a different paths. Yeah.
Those are excellent reflections, and it's helpful to see that the journey is a process with lessons along the way. I also would like to ask both of you, now a little bit out of the box, but how do you balance the demands of research with personal life, family, or hobbies? Do you think it's possible to conjugate them? It's not?
It's hard. I think in academia environment it's a bit harder. You said something very important. In academia, a majority of us will probably stick to not permanent contract for a longer time. So also realizing to have a family might be a bit delayed and things like this. In industry, usually you have more permanent contract that you can sit and chill on a chair a bit more, I would say. But I've seen a lot of people doing both, also in academia. I've seen like, I mean, my colleagues were having children, not during a PhD, maybe a postdoc, but I always had like, this fear, okay, what I do next, what happens? And this is not something I want to cope with. That's the thing, right? It depends also on the personal choices, but I don't want to have it. So that's why I selected also industry for that reason.
Thank you.
I would say that it is possible to have a normal life beyond the reaching out for all of these activities, of course. Like most of the people are saying that, oh, it's too much or something, but actually you can still manage the time for yourself, and I am a good part like of example of that, because I'm doing a lot of things beyond the academic. So I think it's up to you how you will present it and how you will put the pressure on, and you need to think about it like it's not something you need to achieve already. Something is like normal for you. So if you will think about it like it's a normal type of life for me, it will went smoothly or something. So yeah. And I think that's there's a fear also in PhD students. I don't know how it will be for me, to be sure, but most of the friends are warned that yeah, you need to be aware that you don't have a life after the academia. During the PhD program, you will be exhausted, and there's no even time for the second job or for the second options for like traveling or something. But I think my goal right now is to show them that it's not true. So we will see in a few years how it went.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your personal paths. So do we have any questions from the audience to our speakers? I think for the moment, no, but please don't be shy and try to ask us something that it's really troubling you and you would like a little help here in a group to see other ways that we can move forward. While we are waiting for some questions, I would like also ask you, what is one of the non-scientific activity that helps you to recharge and makes you better at your work? Is there any?
Yeah, I do. I have two, like riding a bike. a bicycle, and also play video games at night. So it's it really recharges my battery. But you really you have to have some physical activity once in a while. So get out, run, I don't know, go to the gym, and try to sweat a bit. That's very helpful. Sometimes this is what I found while I was programming. Sometimes I was just walking out, having like a fresh breath, and all of a sudden I had the solution for my code, for example, and I was like, oh, fantastic. I could have been stuck on this for weeks, and like a walk out just has given me the solution. This is yeah, this is what happens sometimes.
Weronika?
I would say the same, like doing any sports, it really open your mind and you can make yourself even curious in a way that you don't have to share it with people, you just share it with yourself. And of course, I would say also traveling, like changing the environment, but not like the expensive way, even like going to a different city in your country, like, I don't know, 100 kilometers from your home, and that's it. Just changing the environments, and it also recharges the battery. And for me, it's having time with animals, like any kind of animals. If there is a zoo, I would go to the zoo. If there is a marine place, I would go to the marine place. If there is like just my cat, I would prefer my cat than staying all day with an academia staff or something. So just the normal things, like normal life, I mean.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And in fact, I think I can relate because in order to balance work life and personal life, I think I go to the music classes and to relax because we all need to do that. Something that releases us from stress and sometimes it makes us more productive, as Mattia has just said. And traveling, well, know new cultures, different cultures also broaden our mind, and we can really sometimes pick different stuff for different places that we are going, and we can introduce in the work. So it's really a life balance way of doing stuff. And how was your view of no? Let me rephrase this. How was your view of success change from when you were a PhD student to now? I think Weronika is still one, but what was the first vision that you have of success, and now what you think success is, in fact? You
Wow.
are muted. Sorry.
Yeah, can you repeat the question, Anna? So
Yes,
well,
yes.
yeah.
I think when we start our PhD journey, we have a vision of success, and probably at the middle of the way, we change that vision. So, is there any different for you guys, or if it maintains the same, and if it maintains, what is it? If you could share with us.
Well, when I was a bachelor student or master student, I had this platonic love for my professor because he was like incredibly prepared and knew everything about lectures and chemistry, and then I continued with the same path he has done, right? And I realized that they're just normal people. So to me, that one was success. But then I realized that with the right path, you just might get there. And so yeah, I changed my way of viewing what success is. I still don't know what success is now. I thought it was to become a professor or something like this, but it's not. Normal people like me that enjoyed to do some science and be curious basically every day. But yeah, let's say changed. I don't know what it is still, but maybe Veronica has the answer. Maybe
Yeah.
she has it.
Oh, I don't think I know the answer actually. For me, it's like I would like to be maybe visible and in the future, I mean, with a work what I've done during my PhD, for example. But we will see how it will be. Like, I'm not sure. Like, totally confused right now. But I think being happy with your program, that's for sure. And like, if it can be applied for you, so you can actually make money with. I would say that, because sometimes I think researchers forget about it. So that this is the thing that the product needs to be sold. So maybe this kind of thing.
Yeah, well, there is no right answer, wrong answer. This is a personal one. And well, thank you so much, both of you, for being here as speakers and to share in your journey and insights. This discussion have shown us that careers beyond the bench are not only possible, but they are full of opportunities. Now, I think we didn't get any question from the audience. I think that before we close, I would like to invite each of our speakers to share one key message that they would like to take away from today. Just one sentence that you feel is most important.
I would say take all of the opportunities that are on your way, just like that. Just try with everything. Like, don't hesitate to say that I don't have time, I'm not good at it, I won't be involved in it exactly. So just try. Just try.
Mattia?
Yeah, I would say try to avoid something you don't like. Try to enjoy what you're doing, and if you're not enjoying it, something is wrong. So it might be probably we are still always young enough to change. So don't be ashamed about this. Never.
Thanks again for both of you. I would like to share that this session, this webinar, it was really good for people. I think we have really a nice number of audience to be here with us today, to realize that we are not limited and we really can pursue other objectives besides or beyond being in a lab bench. Okay, and this sometimes we limit ourselves and we cannot do that. There are so many different paths and ways that we can follow, and we don't know it about it. And these sessions, these events allow us to realize a little bit about it. So thank you, both of you. Finally, I would like to ask for the audience to take a couple of minutes to complete our short survey that I will share with you briefly. This is also to help us to realize what was most important in these webinars and where we can improve it. I hope you can see it now. Okay. And if you guys want a certificate of attendance, please be aware that you need to send an email for the UNIgreen communication email that is put in this slide. And on behalf of UNIgreen and the Alliance partners, I want to thank our speakers and all of you for your participation and also be here with us sharing of these paths and these journeys. And we hope you leave today with new perspectives on the many opportunities that exist beyond the bench and with the confidence to explore them. So with this, I think we will finish our webinar. Okay, and once again, thank you so much for being here and to learn a little bit about different paths. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot. You too. Bye, Anna. Bye, Weronika. Bye, all the people
Thank
watching.
you. Thank you. Bye.